So
now you're defending Officer Fairclaw and
No,
think
I'm not.
harsh to him?
No,
I don't
no.
understand what we're doing with this one.
You said that you don't chastise someone for losing evidence.
I didn't say that. When did I say that? Or how was that presented? I see that you're saying that, but what?
I believe that you said that we're not going to check. Yeah, we're not going to whatever.
No. Okay, let's back up. The context of that, we are talking about the video camera, the camera video, correct?
It's still evidence.
Okay. I'm not here to change your belief structure. All I'm here to... It's important for me that you understand that we're not just picking and choosing to disregard something, right? So, in our world, right, the operational reality, if I arrest you and I lose your wallet, okay, is that loss of your personal property or is that loss of evidence? You can't really answer that because you don't know what you're
I don't know
arrested
what
for.
was in the wallet.
But it's a nuance, right?
Right?
And depending on the value of that wallet, one could be the loss of an evidence. It could corrupt an entire case, or you have a claim against us because hopefully that was the day that you had like $1 million in your wallet, right? So definitions matter. Now, the video evidence is evidence by terms of it belongs to the case. There's a huge difference between me taking the evidence that exists and that being lost, unaccounted for, never to be between something being misplaced and then later recovered, or in this case with digital evidence mismarked, right? Huge distinction. We handle those totally differently. So we're not comparing apples to apples with that. So in terms of this particular case, no, we are not going to. We're not interested because it's not a deliberate mishandling. It's not like he left it on his car and drove off with it. It was uploaded into the system. It just wasn't tagged correctly. And so that's the nuance with that. Okay.
And when he was chastised, he accidentally just left stuff on the top of the car and drove off. Right.
What's that?
The evidence that he lost, he just put on top of the car and then...
Oh, I have no idea. I haven't looked at this.
I have.
Okay.
So
I'm saying I don't...
He put the stuff on top of the car and, the guy's stuff, evidence, whatever.
Oh, honest to God, that's one of these? Yeah. Okay. I was just making that as an example. It's actually surprisingly frequent. It does occur a lot.
Yeah, and he was chastised for it.
Yeah, no, that is an appropriate, what we would call, counseling statement, a written reprimand. I mean, that is totally...
I think it was a Class A or whatever. Yeah, it was Class A.
So, yeah, and value matters. Now, as far as like wrecking a car, damage matters, damage amount. So that's our protocol, right? Me bumping into you is totally different than me bumping into a wall, right? You're going to have damage. Maybe the wall doesn't, but we do have to, on a city level, account for that. So if we're requesting repairs, the maintenance shop has to know how did this occur.
All right. So then you're also aware of this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So having a supervisor who was maybe not doing a great job of supervising, it's a conflict of interest, is it not?
Where are we going with this one?
So just a violation of rules, right? So you don't have a supervisor who may have also done something wrong to make a decision on the person he supervises, because he's going to, of course, say, oh, that the person did do anything wrong, because if I said to you they did something wrong, it would shine on me, right? So in this case, the supervisor maybe did something wrong too, and everybody's having the supervisor review and decide whether Fairclaw did something wrong.
You'll have to forgive me. I'm just going to ask you to be very specific because you're talking, and I don't understand what you're asking here.
You understand that you have a nepotism general order, right?
Right. What I'm asking for, as it pertains to, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I would have never had the supervisor look into this case of Fairclaw when the first thing I would have looked at is the actual police report.
Oh, Oh, okay, so my understanding. So you're saying a supervisor is just gonna be protective of their own person so they won't find any
Yeah.
wrongdoing? Okay, so,
That wouldn't be really surprising, would be.
okay, I'm understanding where you're coming from. I thought you were trying to make some sort of biological connection between,
No.
okay, gotcha.
Case my whole thing real quick. Let's find. What would it be? Knock, knock. Someone's here.
Hi, sorry. Chief called. He moved our meeting up. He's about 15 minutes out and wants to meet when he gets here.
All right, I can,
Yep.
All right. So this is the actual police report. Right.
which one is this?
This is the police report. The main police report.
The
Not the one that you call the main, the first one,
Right.
or whatever, right? Okay. So I guess we decided that you don't actually need probable cause to claim that Elizabeth's son is a victim. You don't need probable cause. You don't even have to talk to Angela's son, even though it's a violation of law. Right? Let's see.
In the interest of time,
All right.
I'm here to get that follow-up for post about the video. Have I sufficiently explained what my understanding is? I want to make sure that I appropriately understand your concern, and I think I do. And yours deals with the, I know the video that has been watched that dealt with, you're talking about the one with the phone. That's the main concern, or are you just talking about all the videos?
No, I'm talking about all of them. And actually, the one with the phone, the supervisor never looked at it. He said
Okay.
that he reviewed everything, right? I reviewed everything with the supervisor.
And then if you can be as specific as possible, leaving here today, what do you want from me in regards to this? Now keep in mind, Fairclaw is retired, okay? What actions are you wishing to have happen?
I believe your general orders say.
No, what do you want from today? What is your expectation of today? What do you want me to look into, report back to, and
Well, I
then
don't,
if you
so
could have
in
it-
1 hour, I don't believe we can cover that. So
I'm asking you actually in less than that.
So I don't think we can do that in 1 hour. So
Okay, what do you want to do? What do you want from me between now and the next time we meet?
right. So
And how much time will you need the next time?
You can look through these things and figure out if you think that the letters that were sent to me and the review that was actually happened are correct.
I believe they are. And so that's why I'm asking. If I believe that they are, where does that put us? What's next?
Okay. Well, then you can explain why each one of the people that they only reviewed once, not twice, like it kind of implied, right? That there really was no chain of command, right? So if Dijkstra in his letters took himself out of the list, right? He said a chain of command is reviewed this, yet I see absolutely no chain of command.
Okay, well that's a term that we use basically saying his supervisor reviewed it. Dijkstra reviewed the report that was put back and they didn't find anything. So that's what that means. Is
So-
that something that needs to be reviewed?
So for your understanding, a chain is one person.
No, I'm telling you that that's what that means.
No, right. So when you say chain of command, you mean one person,
His boss.
right? That's what you mean. That's what. Okay, then that's acceptable. If that's what you think, everybody else thinks a chain of command means multiple people. But if you think that it's just one person, it is good enough.
That's just what we'll do. So if a complaint comes in, and we get
Right.
dozens a day, right?
All right.
We send it out to whoever, and we said we send it out to the chain, right? Whatever command has that, and the sergeant is usually tasked with look into this. Now, if he look into it and they said, hey, and we get an explanation of here's what happened, and I call them, That's the end of it.
All right.
If it needs more, if it gets elevated up to professional standards,
All right.
then they start their investigation.
So, did I give you the police report with the red words on it? So you have a time restriction, so let's just find the, here it's inside of here. Okay, so, no, not that one. Let's find, okay, so I sent emails to Dijkstra where I specifically asked him to look into some body worn camera times and look at stuff. And he never replied back, which will require him to actually watch the video, which he didn't do. Right? So if I make an accusation, then he should look into it, right? So in these things,
Depends.
all right, in these things, I asked him specific questions. I gave him body worn camera times, right? And he never answered these questions. Some of the questions are that that Elizabeth actually said, I know that my mom did not hit the car, but Faircloud changed the wording on the report to be not so definite,
Okay.
right?
So, to be brief, and I'm going to have to
Yeah,
leave
I
here.
know.
What do you want at this point right now?
Oh,
I can't go back
Okay.
and change anything, right?
Okay.
So moving forward,
Moving forward,
what do you want?
I want you to watch the video.
I'm not going to do that.
Oh,
I'm asking what you want right now. I'm not.
oh,
going
you mean right now?
Yes.
Nothing at this time was just.
Okay, what I'm saying is, do you have an investigation into Lieutenant Dykstra now? Like, I cannot change this.
I already filed a year ago complaint about Dijkstra. I filed a complaint a year ago about the supervisor, right? And part of your general orders is that I'm to receive letters saying what your findings are. And the funny thing is, I've never received anything.
Okay, and that's what I need. So what are you missing at this point?
The finding of whether the supervisor did anything wrong,
Okay.
whether the
Who did you file that complaint with?
Chandler Police Department using their automated system.
Okay. Did you get any feedback as far as?
No, and I know that it was received because I made you guys send me a copy back.
Okay. And then what was the scope of that complaint? And do you know the date of that?
Yeah, on my head, no, but I can easily get it.
Just rough. I mean, I can look into it.
About a year ago.
So,
And no,
December-ish last year?
yeah, and the interesting thing is that when the lady assistant chief or whatever you call it, was chief for a little while, right?
Right.
All of a sudden, Dijkstra got moved. He's no longer in your position, right? But they never sent anything back.
Okay.
So, we don't know what happened to him. We just know that, things changed somehow, right?